pie chart, you are familiar with pie chart. Most of the times you may need some pie chart also. So in the MATLAB we have also the facilities for the construction of the pie chart. So for constructing the pie chart, what you need, you should have the data. So X is the data, like you have 1, then this is 1, then 3, then 0.5, then 2.5 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just you say this is the two-dimensional plot. So just you say pi x. If you say pi x, x is these are the data points. So corresponds to the value of your x vector. You will have the area in the pie chart. And you know that the pie chart is generally shown in the form of the circle, and the value, bigger value is shown in with the help of the bigger area. Like this is the bigger area. And you have 0.5, this is the smallest one. So this is the for the 0.5, and then you have the 1 is something like blue, and you have next is the 2, then 2 can be seen like this, and 2.5 is this. So this is the pie chart. So now how it is going to construct it. So actually you have the values like 1, 3, 0.5, 2.5 and 2. So your computer is going to find the summation of this. Okay, so 1 plus 3 plus 0.5 plus 2.5 plus 2, whatever be the answer. Okay, say if x is the answer, then you have to normalize. So now for the normalization you have to 1 by x, then 3 by x. If x is what, x is the summation of this, and accordingly the percentage of, according to this, you have the percentage of the area. So this is the way it is the normalization happens. So when the sum of x, if you have this sum, if you are going to perform the sum, x is the vector, if you go for the summation of x, and if sum of the x is greater than, okay, greater than or equal to 1, then if it is equal to 1, then you can you will have the value here same in the proportion of these data. If you have greater than 1, then you can go for the normalization. If it is greater than 1, then you have to go for the normalization. So 1 by sum of x, so you can say 1 by sum x, then 3 by sum of x, like this, and accordingly you will have the area. And if the value is less than 1, then some part may be vacant. It may not be the complete circle. Okay, so this is the simple pie chart. Sometimes you may need direct this gives you direct visualization that what is the percentage of this. Also you can write the labels instead of percentage. You can also write the labels here, what you mean by this, what you mean by this, what you mean by this. Like you can see here, you x is the same vector you have. Now one thing is, if you want to highlight something, like if you want to highlight this bigger one, this, then you should have to use the explode. This is the vector, explode is the vector which you have to take in the binary, actually either 0 or 1. The value of this explode vector is 0 or 1. 0 denotes that you are not going to offsets, like it has one-to-one relationship, like first 0 is corresponds to the first data, this is for this, and 3 is corresponds to the second, and 0.5 is corresponds to the third, 2.5 is corresponds to this, and 2 is corresponds to this. So here you you see that corresponds to 3, you have the 1, and whenever you have the 1, this means this will be highlighted, and this is the offset C slice. These are known as slice. So this is one slice, this is a slice, this is slice, and you are highlighting this is offsets. So because this is 1, so you can have more than one slice, you can offsets, there is no. So question is that whenever you have the 1, you are getting the slice like this, it is the offsets. So how you can give this? So pi x is the data, then comma explode, and explode is the vector containing the binary. Yes. And with the help of this, you can go for the explode. Now you can further decorate this. So if you want that you have the vector x, you want to highlight also the second one. Now if you can also the label, like this. So for labeling you can do the like this. Pi, this is the pi is the pi graph. X explode, explode is this. In this explode says that the second slice is highlighted. Okay, this is the offsets, and now you have the block. This is the block from here to here. This is the block, and this block shows that what you mean by what you want to name. Like first one is corresponds to the interest. You can say that one is corresponds to the interest. Okay, so here this is the interest, and this three maybe income. You may you may want this three corresponds to the income. 0.5 corresponds to the tax you are going to give, and then 2.5 corresponds to the expenses you are going to do, and 2 is corresponds to, say for example, other income you have. So if you enter this command pi x explode in interest this, then you are getting this. Now you can see that income is this. So you have the income. So bigger area, you know that this is the income. So you have income is the second form, means this is the bigger one, and this is the income. Interest, then you have the interest, and which one is the interest you can see here. The first one is the interest. So first one is the interest means this is the value. So you have the interest. So similarly, the usefulness of this graph is to see at a glance that what are the various distribution you have. Like you have the income, somebody may see that okay, you have the income is like this, and you are going to give the tax like this, expenses you have like this, and other income you have like this. So this is just like the visualization you can do. Okay. So this is the pie chart. You
Sir,
can
one question, sir.
yes,
Sir, any part can be exploded, or the bigger one is exploded.
any part,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
any part you can explode.
Income, interest, other income, expense, and tax. Any parts can be exploded through this.
Yes,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
any part you can explode. So if you have say explode, you are telling explode. Okay, so you can say you have the explode. Then say you are saying that pi, and you have the x value, then you have the explode. You have to write the explode. Yeah, this is just like this, and you are getting like this. So this is the graph. You have 11%, 30%. This is you are going like this. So this is the plot. Now, and if you want to highlight multiple x, you want to do like this. Say which is the smallest one? Maybe like 0.5. I want to highlight this also, or you can highlight any other parts also like this. You are also going to highlight. Okay. Then pi explode. You can see there are two slice offsets. This is one and this is other. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So two numbers of slice offsets. If you can have any number of slides if you want to highlight, but it will not look good, because actually basically we are going to use it. So you have three number of slides you can explore. So you have like this, one, two, three. This bigger one. If you do all ones, then what happen? Sorry. If you do for the all ones, and you can also do this kind of exercise at home also. This is the situation. Every sides are offsets. So, but what is the purpose of this? It is not the purpose actually. Generally, you want to highlight some particular portion so that you can, that may be the important. This is the actually we are doing in the pie chart. Okay, and this is the, okay, one thing is, if you have the, instead of x is a vector, if you have the 1 by is, you have the single row, is the vector. If you have the matrix like 2 rows you may have, so x can be like this. You can modify the x. So say x can be 1, 3, 5, 7, and you have, say for example, 9. Maybe like this. Then you can go for the next row, like 2, then 4, and say for example 6. Then you can say go for the 8. Then you can go for the 10. 2, 4, this. You have the vector. So this is the vector you have. This is the vector you are getting. Okay. Now, if you say 5, I am skipping the explode here for the time being. You can see the answer. So if you have the two, if it is a matrix of 2 rows and 5 columns, then you are getting like this. So actually, how many elements are there? 2 rows and 5 columns. How many elements are there? 10. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is going like this. So for every element, actually, it is considering every element as the one particular part. Are you getting? Just like a vector. So here actually, you have 1. So 1. So how you are going to do in the? This is the first actually element number 1. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like the things. So you know the numbering. If you just recall x2, then this will be the element. If you could just call 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the fourth one. You just say x4, then this is the element. Don't require to say that second row and second column. So that this is doing like this. So if you have the matrix, then it goes like this: 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7, like this. So you can have the like 5. You can have the block. You can have the shape block. So you can have, say for example, you have to write the blocks in the form of the character. So 1, then say you are writing the 2, okay, then you have the 9, and then last value is what? 10. Okay, so 110. So if you have, say, and okay, this is the block. This is the block. Now x is this. Then say you will see the label. So here you have the numbering. So you can see this part. So this is 1. This is 1 actually. Then 2, 1, 2, then the 3, then 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the highest area. 10. Value is 10. So this is the way anti-clockwise going. So how it is going? It is moving from 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is like this. So this is one. If you have this kind of data, then you can also visualize. This is you have the thing. Okay. Now this is the two-dimensional pie chart. You can go for the, if you have the three-dimensional, then what you need to write? You need to write 3 here actually, just 3. If you have the 3, then you have the three-dimensional part. This is the three-dimensional. So if you are writing 3 after the pi, this means the three-dimensional. Otherwise, it is the two-dimensional.
Sir, ये hello.
Yes.
Explode can be any another name also. एक वेरिएबल है सर, ये जनरल वेरिएबल है.
Okay, you can give another name. What is the harm in this case?
Okay, okay.
You can do. Say this is x is this like this. Okay. And explode. You have the explode. Say for example, this is the value of the explode. So you have the so you can say that. So this is, you can say y, no issue.
Okay, okay, sir.
This is y. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can say pi I let us see, and then you have the x comma y.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This is just variable actually.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, these are called explode. That's why it is name is written for explode.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is the two-dimensional pie chart.